And joining us now from Manchester, New Hampshire, is Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum. Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You call yourself the anti-Romney, but with poll numbers from Michelle Bachmann and Rick Perry plummeting, why are not more of the social conservatives, the so-called anti-Mitt Romneys, why is that contingent not gravitating towards you?
Oh, I think it's still early in this process. We feel very, very good in the early primary states that we're getting exactly those folks, the conservative activists, the folks who are actually paying attention to this race. As you know, there was a Pew poll out just a couple of days ago that asked people if they could name any one of the Republican potential nominees for president, and over 50% of the people in this country couldn't name one person. Folks haven't focused on these. National polls don't mean anything. Activists in Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, that's where it's at, and that's where we're working hard, and we're building that strong base.
I want to ask you about a moment last night. It was one of the better moments of the debate, I thought, when polling the audience, and we just saw a clip of it there in Jan's piece,
right,
in tax-free New Hampshire, and talking to the audience about Herman Cain's 999 plan. You looked to the audience and said, how many of you would like an income tax or a sales tax? And there was basically a stone silence in the room. So what is it about this plan that you don't like, Herman Cain's 999 plan, the most?
Well, my plan is a plan that focuses on manufacturing and getting jobs back in this country by cutting the corporate tax on manufacturing to 0%. It's going to do something specifically to create the jobs that we need that are going to provide good incomes for middle-income families. Herman's plan adds a tax to the federal government repertoire. It gives the federal government a national sales tax, a 9% national sales tax. You're right. I turned to the folks in New Hampshire, which doesn't have a sales tax, and said, how many people are for a sales tax here? Not a single hand went up. Why is tax reform giving the federal government the ability to now tax you coming and going, income and spending? That's a bad idea. It won't get a single Republican vote. It won't get a single Democratic vote because you're now going to impose an 18% tax, both a 9% income and a 9% sales tax on middle-income Americans and lower middle-income Americans, many of whom are paying much lower tax rates than that.
Senator,
so this is a bad plan on both sides.
I want to ask you one last question real quick. I want to talk about the failed assassination plot as I just kind of pivot here with the Saudi ambassador. The Justice Department saying, obviously, Iran is behind this. If you were president, how would you respond?
Well, Joe Biden blocked my Iran Freedom Support Act back in 2006. He was just on the show, and he didn't realize that a threat of a nuclear Iran is the real issue here. When Iran gets a nuclear weapon, and this administration is doing nothing to stop them, if they get a nuclear weapon, this will be a daily occurrence, not just in America, but around the world, because they'll have the protection of a nuclear weapon, so no one will be able to attack them, and they will be fomenting terrorism with impunity around the world. That's why they must be stopped. And this administration and Joe Biden has been blocking it for years, trying to do something to stop them getting this weapon.
Senator, thank you. Got to stop you there. We appreciate you taking the time this morning. Former Senator Rick Santorum joining us this morning.